Hi, David.
Hi there.
All right.
I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the only one that's clean. What's that like?
My dinner's not all over my face.
No, you're all right.
David, where are we with your injury? I know you had obviously cut them all back and each you back on Wednesday. Any more good news?
No more good news as far as players coming back from any injuries. I think the other ones are now probably players who are out for the rest of the season. So the big thing is to get Victor, try to get him up and running and into a level of fitness where he can help us make a difference.
Is he close to being ready to start again?
Well, we're in a position where we're having to take as many risks as we can. Do I think he's ready to play 90 minutes? No. Do I think that he could play part of the game? Yeah, I think he could. But ultimately, you never know. It's a bit like Lee Cattermole. Sometimes you play your first game and you feel good. It's actually sometimes the second or third game where actually it catches up on you a bit more. So, but we're in that position now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Is Cattermole in a position to play 2 games in such a short space of time?
Well, he's not played any all season, so he should be, you would hope. But I take your point, and we'll need to assess that. He's trained today. He looks fine today, so he's certainly in the group. He's done a good job for us. His leadership has been missing for long parts of this season. So, having him back, albeit a bit late, is a good thing.
I feel like bashing this for a few weeks now, but 10 points from safety now, just 8 games to go. Just how big an ask is this?
It's a massive ask for us, and but we're not relegated yet, and we'll still get a chance, and we're going to still push as hard as we can. Sometimes one result can change the way things look. If we could win this game, with the games we've got coming next, we could actually go into them with a bit of hope to try and get on a run. But it's been getting that first win, and I actually think the performances against Watford and against Leicester merited something out of the games. It didn't get it. Sometimes that happens when you're in this position. But we're going to have to hopefully get a bit luckier, try a bit harder, whatever it needs to turn that around.
How much of a concern is the lack of goals? Defoe's scored all season, but he just seems to have dried up the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, but it's not just Jermaine. If Jermaine had gone through a lean spell, you could say fine, you would be entitled to that. I think it's that we've not scored goals from other areas of the pitch, and it's a theme we've had. We've just not been able to score. Even set pieces we've not scored enough from, etc. So it catches up on you. We've relied on Jermaine a lot for his goals. I hope he's got another half dozen or so to get before the end of the season. But we definitely need other people to contribute as well.
The stats don't make good reading. 1 win in the last 13, no in 6. Do you feel you're getting everything from the players?
Yeah, I do. I think the players are giving everything they've got. I really do. And yeah, you're right. We have only got 1 win, and we are very much aware of that. We don't enjoy hearing it, but we won't hide away from it because that is a fact.
Does that worry you then that perhaps if results continue, if the gap gets too big to overcome, heads might drop and the confidence of players might fall?
Well, we're still trying to continue building the confidence because we've not won, as you said, so we're trying to get the players up. But as I said, anything would happen, anything that turns football around, just never know what it can be at times, could make a big difference for us. If we can get that lift, get into the last half a dozen games or so, you never know.
Difficult week for yourself and the club all round, and with having 2 games as well, I suppose makes it even tougher. How do you reflect on it?
Been a busy week because of the games. The other situation's now gone and in the past, and I've moved on. But I think with having 2 games away at Watford and away at Leicester, and then got Manchester United coming into Sunderland, then it makes it for a busy week as coaches preparing the players and trying to be ready for all those games, and keeping an eye on your own players as well. What
sort of effect has what's gone on and the FA inquiry had on preparations for the game? Has it had it?
For me, none whatsoever. Nothing would ever get in the way of my preparations as a manager or a coach. So I'm incredibly focused on my job, and it's the way it will always remain.
Thanks, David.
David, is it one of the toughest periods you've had as a football manager?
I've had lots of tough periods as a football manager. I think if you come into football management, you never know when they're going to be. But I think there's lots of tough periods. It's tough because we're at the bottom of the league, not because of any other reason. Tough because we're at the bottom of the league.
And do you find out things about yourself, and it's all about, not just for the players but for managers as well, it's resilience, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you'd be stupid not to try and if you make mistakes, get better with them, learn. And as a coach, you do that as well. You hopefully play better or find another coaching session. Overall, you just continue trying to improve yourself.
And whatever has been happening with you on a personal level, you've got to try and convey to the players that the season is not over, not relegated yet. There's plenty to play for. That sort of inspirational factor.
I've never thought for a minute it was me. It's about me personally. It's about the club. It's about the team. We've always acted that way. We've always talked about the team, not about any individual player, not about any individual manager. So we're very much together here. And
Manchester United, I suppose, whatever your chances of staying up, games like that, such attractive fixtures for the fans, is it possible for the players to actually just go out and enjoy it?
Well, I hope so. I think it's always a big game. You get a chance to show what you can do. It gets watched by millions because it's Manchester United, so you have a chance to go out and show what you're about. But look, we have to find a way of winning, and we hope we can do that. Could Manchester United be slightly distracted? This feeling that after the Sunderland game, Jose was going to weigh up whether he was going to prioritise 4th place or the Europa League? Well, I think that's for Josie to weigh up. As you well know, you said I've had a busy week and I've got other things. So, if you, I'm sure you understand that I've not necessarily been thinking about what Josie and Manchester United are doing this week.
David, can I ask now John O'Shea's?
John O'Shea's in Ireland. His father's had his funeral, and I spoke with John today on the phone, and John will stay at home over the weekend with the family in Ireland.
I was going to say, how is he? That's that question.
Well, I've only had a short conversation with him, and I've just passed on our wishes to him and his family. And a difficult time. It's if anybody who has lost a parent, they'll know how difficult it is.
In terms of yourself and I guess motivation and inspiration for the team between now and the end of the season, can you re-watch past great escapes here at Sunderland? Can you show some footage or something like that?
Yeah, we've done it. We've done it, and we're and I've got to say, some of the positions the club have been in and got out of them have been incredible. Really has been, and I actually quite enjoy watching the goals and the way the games went. And it's the thing about football, and maybe the thing about the Premier League, where you're just never quite sure. And that's why it keeps everybody on their toes, it keeps everybody watching, because of the unpredictability about it at times.
I feel, certainly I was here under Gus Poyet, and the mood around the city felt kind of similar with kind of 6 games to go. The gap was 7 points, and yet it was Norwich that went down that season, and Sunderland finished 5 points above Norwich, and they had this ridiculous run, and you sense, well, that's what's needed again, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, that's what I need, I hope that's going to be shown, but as I said, I need football to go for us now. I need small things which have gone against us recently in some games just to turn the other way. We hit the post the other night when it was 1-0 to make it 1 each. Against Everton the same. We had the same at Man City at home. So there's been really fine margins, and I can think of 3 times, and we've talked about the goals we've not scored, which is right, but there's also been very close calls as well, which could have easily turned the games for us.
The crowd have stayed with you and the team throughout the season. How proud are you of that, and kind of how important is that to you from now until the end of the season?
Well, I'm really pleased that they've done that, but I think also right from day one we've told the crowd and everybody at Sunderland exactly how we feel. I don't think for 1 minute we've kidded MD on. I don't think we've tried to tell them we're going to be something other than what we think or what we thought we would be. So I think we've been straightforward, honest with them. I think that's the way that people up here want to be treated, and I think that's why they're staying with us, because we've not kidded MDL and told them exactly what we thought.
Manchester United 4 points off the top 4 at the moment, game in hand. Champions League football's kind of essential to them, isn't it? Yeah, I can vouch for that, and I know that it's a big thing. But they've got players, they've got a football club, they've got a squad who could easily do that. I think Sir Alex in years gone by used to always see this as the time of year where they used to sort of kick into gear and win the important games. So the event in Manchester United knows that's sort of in their DNA, so it's possible they could do that. And just finally from me, we'll be speaking to Jordan Pickford shortly, who's been wonderful this season. How impressed have you been, not just with his performances, but with his mentality, because it seems every day goes by and the vultures are circling, there's a story in the press?
I think Jordan Pickford's been been outstanding. For me, he's been the best young player in the Premier League this season, and probably the introduction of him this year, where I think over maybe the last year or two, people like Dele Alli have come into Eric Dyer, for example, who've come in. I think this year Jordan Pickford has been exceptional, and you know, he deserves the credit, and he will get mentioned with other things because of how well he's doing. But he's a Sunderland player. He'll remain a Sunderland player until we say different.
Thank you. I just have one, David. You're absolutely correct. You haven't tried to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. You've been very honest all season. How disappointing is it, though, that you've been proved right? Well,
it's not a case of being proved right. I just always like to tell people what I think. When I get asked the questions, I want to be straightforward. I want to try and answer them as cleanly as I can. And from day one I said that I think it's going to be a tough call. I think our squad was short at the start of the season. You can see by the number of sort of boys on loan we brought, or people we brought on free transfers, and even some of them after the deadline was shut. And that was the situation we're in, and we are in that situation today. So sometimes you have to look behind all that to see where and why we're in the position we are.
Cheers, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.